Dany, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me here.
You have judged Project Akshar, which was a campaign by SmartLife in the single media category, right? It won a gold. It also won a gold in the CSR category, and it won 2 silvers in a couple of other categories. In an era and in a competition that is based on effectiveness and business growth and brand engagement, how do you believe a CSR campaign actually competed and beat some of the other competitors that actually drove business growth?
Well, these days in the Effies Awards, it's we try not to look at every entry as a CSR initiative or as a global brand or anything else. It's best to be objective and keep the same view towards all the entries, and just look at it in terms of effectiveness and how the campaign has really reached out to the right target and has created a bit of a buzz in that environment. In the case of Akshar, there was a lot of points that were really effective that made us give it a bit of an edge towards the other entries in terms of single media, which was the entry that we were judging. I think they did an amazing job in terms of taking use of that single media and putting it into life, creating an environment of teaching where people can just walk around by doing their daily work and just getting to learn a language, which is very difficult. I mean, I'm trying to teach my daughter Arabic, and it's very difficult. Yeah. So getting the people's daily routine and giving them this light of hope, you know, made it very effective in their minds, and this is something that really gave them an incentive to learn more. And the results obviously were phenomenal. I mean, in terms of what their target was and how they overachieved their target is one of the things that were very impressive in this campaign.
Now, when it comes to social media generally at the Effies, what should agencies do better and do more of to be able to stand out in the coming years? Because such a diverse category, you see such a range of work in. What do you believe brands and agencies should be focusing when it comes to social media at the Effies?
Social media at the Effies, we've seen some really good campaigns in the Effies, and we've seen some really not that great in terms of relevance. Because when you force social media, it could backfire on you. And in some categories and in some entries, we've seen that they're just creating content to put there for its viral effect, while it didn't give the right, if you want, the right rollout. So I think the most and interesting thing that an agency can do is to create relevant content that could actually be genuine, not just forced. You know, and this is where the organic growth will happen. I mean, if you just want to force something in people's eyes and in their computers to see, and they feel that it is kind of manufactured, it will not have the length and the rollout that people would hope for. So I think keep it genuine is one of the most important, because people can see on social media right through what the advertisers are trying to do, and people now are much more educated when it comes to social media, so it's very difficult to impress them these days. I mean, people have all sorts of platforms, they have all sorts of messages left and right, so they are really up there in terms of education on social media. Content should be the #1 concern for the agencies in terms of creating the right content.